activities. We sent out postcards last year. We had teachers refer teachers to come to the Parkway Recruitment Fair, and I feel like recruiting to Parkway is everybody's job. It can't just be the Human Resources Department. We all have to work together to make sure that we are attracting candidates to think about Parkway, answer questions about Parkway, talk about the great resources and staff and community that we have here in Parkway. And as you can see the numbers on the next slide, Amy, we still have, I feel, a strong percentage of minority attendance of candidates that sign up to come out here to Parkway. So we are continuing to think about strategies and ways in which we can recruit and advertise so we can have even stronger numbers. There is some more recruitment fair data. When I first came in Parkway, I looked at our goal of trying to increase minority staff and wondered whether or not the recruitment fair was the best place and were we hiring candidates from the recruitment fair. And so this was a focus for us. And as you can see, last year we did hire 4 minority candidates from the recruitment fair, same in 13-14, and we hope to have even more this next school year. So what are our plans for measurable objectives 1 through 3? Continue to reach out to universities when we have student teachers to place in our schools. Hopefully identify candidates of color to consider Parkway as a potential employer. When I go to recruitment fairs, I'm not just sitting at my table waiting for people to come to me. I actually go out and I bring people over to come and talk and learn about Parkway. I find the farther south I go, the farther north I go, people really don't know a lot about Parkway, and it's our job to educate. We have had conversations with our Spark teaching and learning director about the Parkway Grow Your Own teaching program in our high schools, and I'm sure with probably a program review you'll learn more about the teaching and learning program, but that is a grassroots effort to identify students of color to have an interest, think about teaching, and hopefully maintain contact with them throughout their college experience and bring them back to Parkway as employees. And then just a continued focus for me this year is working with building principals on their recruitment efforts. I visited with every principal in the district and went through their demographic data with them of their staff and as it compares to the students in the building. So principals had the percentages right there, and we talked about Goal 5 and talked about strategies that we could utilize to assist them in their recruitment. One thing that we did do this year is we identified high-quality candidates and actually reversed our hiring process. We sent some candidates to the assistant superintendent level interview committee first, and we identified candidates that we wanted to give letters of intent to, and they will be hired for our schools. So we're pleased with that process. As far as recruitment around the country, it has been difficult to get out of the district this year just with other demands, but we will certainly try to focus on universities around the U.S. that have high minority education students. And again, it's just a matter of informing, educating folks about Parkway, our diversity, and what we can offer them in the St. Louis area as a place that they would love to live, a place that they can bring up their family and have a great career. So that is measurable objectives 1, 2, and 3, and Amy will talk about 4.
So 4 addresses professional learning and collaboration and how it positively impacts our diverse student population. So I cannot take any credit for any of the professional development opportunities. This is all Liz Morrison, my predecessor, so credit where credit is due. She and Bill Bass worked together to create Technology Tuesdays in the summer, which were weekly opportunities for educators to come and learn new strategies to use in their classroom. They also created a full one-day Google Teacher Academy. We have become a Google Apps for Education district, and so making sure that our students, our teachers are aware of all the enhancements and all the opportunities that Google Apps for Education allows students to use is important. What do you think that one was for?
Which one?
I remember that one. We have a robust teacher induction program that allows teachers or new teachers to the district to meet almost monthly with their instructional coaches to have support at the building level, and then they come together a couple of times during the year at the district level to focus on guaranteed areas of learning, including understanding by design, social justice, engagement strategies, technology, and assessment. We also are bringing the Kagan people back this May, the 25th and 26th, for our year 2 of engagement strategies. We're very excited. We have another 600 teachers that are going to be participating, 300 at the level 1 and 200 teachers at level 2, including all of our administrators. So very excited about that opportunity. Again, Liz developed with the Professional Learning Action Team a series of Pinterest pins that allows teachers that are looking for ways to move up to that exemplary level in the evaluation, ways and strategies that they might do that in their classrooms. And as we mentioned last time, with the MSPLCs, we are now encouraging and allowing teachers to meet virtually on Google Hangouts. So that adds almost 30 minutes to the time that they can meet with one another because they don't have to travel between buildings. And since they only have that 30-minute or that 2-hour time block once a month, it's an extra 30 minutes feels like a whole lot of time. And finally, we have ongoing professional learning communities, structures, and we are bringing in Marilyn Searle, who has written a book. She wrote Causes and Cures that many of our elementary principals are using to help find the root causes of students that are struggling. So I'm excited to have her have that lens. But then she also has a new text called Teacher Teamwork that is all about how to avoid the PLC light and make sure that the work that we're doing in our PLC time is robust and we're addressing those challenging things. A lot going on, right? As far as administrative development opportunities, we have with Amy, she has an ongoing human resources series that allows them to improve their craft as principals. We have monthly meetings that Desi leads and has been generous enough to allow us to work on some restorative practices and engagement structures during that time. They also meet monthly in PLCs for themselves as leaders by level. And then finally, we have new administrator support that we call our decompression sessions. So lots of opportunities for the certified, for the classified, and for our administrators. Finally, we are in year 2 of our Aspiring Administrators Academy. There's a group of 16 current teachers that are interested in becoming administrators, and so they have been going through monthly meetings where they learn about the different positions of administration, both at the building level, at the district level, and all of us over here at the curriculum coordinator level. So it's been just a great experience for them to see what life outside of the classroom when you have to start considering a couple of more things looking at it from a district lens. And we're continuing to grow that. We're thinking about maybe making that a 2-year process, and the second year having it be a problems-based project where they would actually tackle something in their building like a leader would, so they would have that experience before they applied to become a building or district leader. As I mentioned, we have classified opportunities as well as certified. So we have every late start when our teachers are meeting in their PLCs or their MS PLCs, we have opportunities for our secretaries and TAs to attend trainings on The Munis, which can be extremely confusing at times. So Emily does an amazing job of walking through new understandings in Munis each month, as well as we have opportunities for them to learn about Google Apps for Education. Because if our teachers and principals are using it, the secretaries often have some of the back end work, and so giving them that opportunity to catch up and do that learning is really helpful.
Within our operation manager and directors area, there are lots of opportunities for development. I have conducted a HR training series with the operations managers and supervisors in different areas: management by strengths, how to be an effective supervisor, managing conflict, reasonable suspicion. We're going to go into evaluation and progressive discipline. So hopefully this training will give them more confidence in their management ability and enhance the performance of our employees. We also examine data within OAT. All of the operations directors provide data on a monthly basis within their area of responsibility, and we can look at the efficiencies and effectiveness of our programs and monitor the data on an annual basis now. This is the second year we've done that. We continue to have the customer service survey on all of our emails so we can get some feedback from the clients that we serve. And then lastly, all of the members of OAT are participating in a leadership series where each of us are presenting some information on different leadership, either styles or ideas that they can take back and utilize within their departments.
So moving forward and thinking about where we're headed next, we've been working with Orlando Bloom, our head custodian, about what it would look like to have a promotions in Parkway for our classified staff. We have the aspiring administrators for our certified staff, but what do we do to help thinking about, moving from custodian to head custodian into a different position in facilities? And so Amy and Orlando and I have been working together, kind of envisioning what that might look like, interview skills, putting together a resume. What are the skills that you need to kind of have upward motion? We also are looking at individualized learning opportunities, just like we are for our students. We know that teachers all have different needs and are all at different places. And right now, we do a nice job of differentiating in person. So if they attend a professional development day, they may be able to choose from a couple of different choices, but we're looking at would that look like if we personalize that teachers can actually submit requests about areas that would directly impact their classroom the next day. So very topical, very timely, and able to get their learning moving forward. And I think that's it. So do you have any questions? Oh, Orlando Lewis.
I was like, Orlando
Lewis, yes. And Toby McQuarrie.
I know, that's pretty impressive that you got Orlando Bloom. Maybe that's a strategy for going out.
Get him.
Any questions for the Amy's?
I know you're tired, but you have to be pretty impressed with the opportunities that are given all our people in Parkway, administrators and the teaching staff certainly, but to have many people have opportunities to think about future leadership roles and the aspiring leaders role. I'm really impressed with that group, and then certainly our operations area, where sometimes a lot of times that's ignored and not appreciated, but individuals there need to grow and look for new opportunities as well. So I'm very proud of the work we're doing. I know there's more we can do, but I think we're at a really good place. And I just want to compliment Amy Joyce when she came to Parkway. I know she came with a kind of this desire too, but I've often wanted HR departments to be more than kind of where the naughty people have to go. It's kind of like the assistant principal for adults, and so Amy's been really doing more teaching this year. Her restructuring has allowed her to have a little more time, not a lot, but some time, and she's been using that to do some of the work she talked about and really trying to teach our leaders, but also teach others some of the work that they can do and engage in and improve their craft as well. sometimes people get into leadership positions, supervisory positions, and they don't always understand the difficulty, for example, of dealing with unsatisfactory work, and so how to do that well. So thank you, Amy, for taking on.
I'm glad we didn't skip it. It's an unusual amount of work that goes on, and it is great for the many groups within Parkway to have this kind of professional development for them, and I think it gives them hope, and so I really appreciate it.
I'm glad that you're reaching out to everyone. Even just the basic skills of writing resumes and interviewing. A lot of people do not know how to do that. In the professional world, I mean, just writing a resume is hard for anybody. But to be implementing that with them, I just think that's great. Reaching out to everyone.
Thank you
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Outside their office like a principal.
I'm going to stay standing since I'm the next one, too.
Dr. Nathan Tyson, you have a minute.
All right. We'll be quick.
I'm pretty good at this.
Got lots of practice.
Oh, no,
Well,
I can just do it right
Thank you, Tyson. Nathan, we look forward to you and your presentation. Thanks.
here. Yes, and always great to be with you all. Oh, I just no, worked on. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, President Jacob, Vice President Mogerman, Board of Directors, Dr. Marty, Mrs. Stover, Mrs. Piesold, great to be with you all. This should be a relatively quick preliminary discussion. Of course, it usually ends up depending on how long you want to talk. So I'm going to put that back on you all. But okay, but this is our preliminary discussion for professional learning. And I did have to segue into this topic. Professional learning makes me think of teachers and teachers' interactions with students. And so I just wanted to share a few brief stories from teachers who wrote into Reader's Digest. I just got a kick out of a couple of these, and I thought you all would as well. So one teacher wrote, "As I welcomed my first grade students into the classroom, one little girl noticed my polka dot blouse, and she paid me the ultimate first grade compliment. 'Oh, you look so beautiful, just like a clown.' During snack time, a kindergartner asked why some raisins were yellow while others were black. I didn't know the answer, so I asked my friend, a first grade teacher, if she knew. Yellow raisins are made from green grapes, and black raisins are made from red grapes," she explained. One little boy suggested maybe that's why she teaches first grade, because she's just a little bit smarter than you. There's just a couple of that I couldn't resist. On the last day of the year, my first graders gave me beautiful handwritten letters. As I read them aloud, my emotions got the better of me and I started to choke up. "I'm sorry," I said, "I'm having a hard time reading." One of my students said, "Just sound it out." I recently asked a student where his homework was. He replied, "It's still in my pencil." This is the last one. This is the last one. This is the grand prize winner right here of this Reader Digest competition. After a coworker had finished his English lecture and his class had filed out, a 10th grader stayed behind to confront him. "I don't appreciate being singled out," he told his teacher. The teacher was confused. "What do you mean?" "I don't know what that oxy part means, but I know what a moron is, and you looked straight at me when you said it." Now down to business, and actually this is pretty quick. We were very focused. So thank you to the usual suspects, of course, Amy, Desi, Lisa, members of Platt, members of the board, of course, and anyone else who's going to become involved in this program evaluation. Only 3 main topics: student learning, opportunities for all educators, and time to learn. Student learning, we really only had one guiding question. How are we measuring the effectiveness of professional learning? Opportunities for all educators, just 3 guiding questions. How do we meet the needs of individual educators as well as groups of educators? Are we meeting the needs of all educators? And what areas of focus should be established? And then our final main topic is time to learn. And just 2 there, are we providing sufficient time for educators to learn? And how are we organizing and connecting professional learning to the classroom? So we really do have a lot of focus here, and at this time, any feedback that you all have about professional learning, and maybe what other main topics, if you see any, or what other guiding questions would it be helpful for us to study?
I applaud you. That was the shortest PowerPoint we've ever gotten.
You know, it's hats off to this young lady right here. She knows how to focus. Yes. We good? All right.
It's funny. I really like
Do you
those.
like those? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a couple more I
Got
can
my
share with you afterwards.
attention.
I didn't want to bore you all,
You've
so.
got my attention.
Can I just offer one thought? And I'm assuming we're talking all staff here, right? Not just teaching staff, right?
This year, we're talking teaching staff. Next year, we'll do.
Okay.
Yes, or,
All right.
I'm sorry, next year, we'll do teaching staff. The following year,
Okay.
we'll do operations.
That answers.
Yeah.
Good, okay. Got it.
Now, did we get a copy of the PowerPoint?
This one? We can make sure you get it. All right.
Not this late.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
By the
Was
way,
that that under the 1 minute?
that was pretty darn close. I just wanted to pass on to all of you, way to break the internet, 5,500 plus views this evening on the video stream. Proud to know every one of you, BZ, Navy shorthand for well done. Who do you think that's from?
Bruce.
That's Bruce. Thank you, Bruce.
Bruce did.
Do you know what kind of teacher passes gas?
Call you guys?
A tutor.
He's something.
A tutor. All right, sorry. Can you, Derek, Derek, can you? Anticipated close, hey, he did turn it off. The next anticipated closed session will be held on Wednesday, April 6th, 2016 at 6 p.m. here at Central Middle. Details of the closed session will be posted 24 hours in anticipation of the meeting. May I have a motion and a second to adjourn the regular meeting?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you very much.